and welcome to another episode of Farm and Lane with Brand. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about life in the brooder. Alright, so we have chicks, of course, always in our brooder. So we're going to talk about that, a little bit about that today, guys. So as you can see right now, we have our front part of our brooder full of Cornish cross hens, and then the back part of our brooder is full of turkeys. These are, in other words, called turkey poults. So I figured, with a full brooder, why not go ahead and talk about them? So, as you can see, guys, we have around 100 turkey poults in here right now. This is our bigger section of our brooder. So this is kind of where they would start out if we have a larger batch of birds. And then you have a smaller batch of birds. This is actually not quite small. This is actually 80 chickens, but as you can see, there's plenty of space in here for them. As they get bigger, they're only here for 2 weeks, so you don't have to worry about being here too long for getting too large. So this works really good when our other part of the brooder is full of birds that'll be in here for much longer. These birds will actually be in here for around 6 weeks. Let's talk about water. Well, here on the farm, we actually run a specialty kind of water, and this water consists of a couple different items. One being water, duh. The second item is peroxide. The third item we use is actually ACV, or apple cider vinegar. The fourth item we actually use is garlic. The fifth item is actually cayenne pepper. And the sixth is honey. So you might say, for a 5-gallon water, how much of those items do you need? So there's a total of 6 items, 7 if you include water, which is of course the most valuable source here. So water, because we have 5 gallons of water, give or take, for the items that are going in. Okay, so 5 gallons of water. Then you need sugar. So the sugar is usually 2 to 3 tablespoons per 1 quart of water. As far as honey, we usually do, I would say, a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of honey. And then as far as cayenne pepper, we just sprinkle that in there, so it's not a lot. As far as ACV, we do a cup of ACV. And then garlic, you have just about a tablespoon of that also. And then last but not least, peroxide. Also, for peroxide, it's just a couple of sprays. So that's all that you need for this for the thing. We usually mix it inside of a pitcher. So that's how you would make the mix. And then you would add warm water to that. So if you're putting in a 5-gallon water, you would maybe subtract, let's say you could subtract a gallon. So subtract a gallon, do 4 gallons, and then you could just fill the whole gallon up with warm water. And then you're going to put that into your water so that the water is also warm. You can do this for the first couple of days of a chick being in brooder to make sure their immune health is doing really well, and it helps them give a better survival rate. So that's why we do that. So unlike most brooders, we actually have something really cool that we actually have as an animal in here. If you guys don't see the very large silky chicken or weird looking chicken standing right there, she has been in here ever since she was a chick. And well, she's still in here. Her name is Nigerian Nougat. Yes, that is. What'd you say? No, Nigerian Nougat. That's what I said. Yes, her name is Nigerian Nougat, and she's been in here, and she kind of acts as I would say a mother hen, kind of, for all of our chickens in here. And she does a really good job. She actually kind of protects them. She kind of keeps them out of trouble, I guess you could say. And she'll actually even spread her wings when the chicks kind of want to get warm. But she takes a really good care of them. Don't you, Nigerian Nougat? Yep, she does. So unlike most brooders, we actually have an addition to take care of kind of our chicks, or a kind of cool thing that just kind of happened. And that's her. Other than that, we run a brooder kind of pad from Premier One. That's where we get this from. It's a heating pad to resemble chicks, like a actual hen, not a chick, sorry, a hen's actual body, how it would be naturally, and they get underneath the plate, and it's like a warming plate underneath there, and it keeps the chicks warm. Plus you don't have to worry about replacing light bulbs or burning your hands on bulbs. So we only run those if we don't have a brooding plate in, which just holds up to 50 birds. You can get smaller ones or larger ones, just depending on what your needs are. And well, since we only have one brooding plate, we actually do run a heat lamp in here for these birds. And as you notice, it is in the middle, kind of, sort of, maybe like a little past middle, but we do that so the light shines towards the middle of the brooder, and that none of the chicks actually corner up at night and kill each other, because they will do that and get on top of each other. So that's why we do that. Other than that, they get the regular feed 24 hours a day, unless you're a Cornish hen. If you're a Cornish hen, you actually only receive 24 hours of feed for 5 days straight. After that, they go on to their 12 hours on, 12 hours off, which they'll continue to do for the rest of their lifespan here on Tribal Acres. After that, they'll go back to where they need to be in their prospective areas, whether that be in a chicken tractor out on pasture, or out on pasture to grow out as a laying hen, or out on pasture to grow out as a turkey while they're here for 4 to 5 months after that. So that is pretty much what happens here in the brooder, and it works really well for them. And I feel like the water is just a really good thing and kind of tip to give you guys. So check out the birds for a little bit, guys, and just enjoy.